welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rochelle and this is Mama Mentality. In today's video, I thought I'd give an update as far as where we are with our PCS move here in Japan. In my previous video about our PCS move to Japan, I gave tips and what to expect for the flight and just some helpful tips to get you through that process. And so today I just wanted to give you guys some helpful tips and what to expect when it comes to ROM and after ROM. ROM is when you're going to be quarantined for 2 weeks and you are completely restricted from going anywhere else. The 2 weeks in ROM went by kind of fast, but at the same time it went by pretty slow. So we stayed at the Westpac Inn on Camp Foster. I was very pleased with our experience. Our sponsor really helped take care of most of the things like getting us groceries and making sure that we had activities to do, and just tried as much as possible to make it pleasant for us. And the rooms at the Westpac Inn were also very spacious, and that was really helpful because it can get pretty crowded being stuck in there for 2 weeks with your family. We aren't the type who really like to buy a lot of takeout. Like, we don't really like to buy a lot of fast food. Luckily, there's a restaurant right next door which is called the Terra restaurant, and they have really good food, and that's pretty much where we ordered from every single day. And then we ate the breakfast that they offered there at the hotel. If there's any issues that you come across or any questions that you have, there are people there to support you, and it makes it feel less stressful knowing that you have people there that are willing to try to accommodate what you need. So one of the first things that you want to make sure you have squared away when you land on the island is enrolling in Tricare overseas. You're going to need to have that in order to take your COVID test on the 10th day of ROM. Something that I'm really learning about being here is making sure that you are really advocating for yourself and taking initiative to get things done. Because, I mean, if you're familiar with the military life, you know that you will come across people who will just give you the runaround, and that's when you have to be a lot more assertive and firm with what you need. So on the 10th day, that's whenever you take your COVID testing. It was a very quick and easy process. They come to your hotel room door. It was me, my husband, and my daughter. Me and my husband went first just so my daughter can see that it's no big deal. My daughter handled it very well. She is going to be 2 next month, and she didn't cry, she didn't squirm. It was a little bit uncomfortable for her, but it was really no big deal. Actually, our results were a little bit delayed because there was a typhoon, so there was a delay in our results, but it was less than a day of a delay, and we were able to get our results within 3 to 4 days. And the moment that you get your results, you are able to check out and move to your next location. If you are feeling like you're getting the runaround with checking out and everything like that, just make sure you contact your sponsor and they can try to get the ball rolling for you. But it was a very quick and easy process, so I really don't think you'll come across too many issues. So once we were done in ROM, we got transferred to the DoubleTree, and I am actually really enjoying our stay here at the DoubleTree. It's a lot smaller than the Westpac Inn, but I can't really complain because I have an ocean view and it just can't get better than that. Here at the DoubleTree, it's right in the middle of American Village, which is basically the area where there's a lot of tourists, there's a lot of shops like restaurants, little boutiques, things like that to keep you busy. We've been trying out restaurants here like every day, and the food is so good. The staff here are really nice and very accommodating with whatever it is that you need. So we got here on a Saturday, and I was able to take my driving test the following Wednesday. And that's something I really wanted to cover quickly was what to expect with the driving test. For me, I have really high test anxiety, so I was super nervous. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fail, like I won't be able to drive. But the test was actually pretty straightforward, common sense, and what you really need to focus on with the driving test is the signs, just like very basic rules on the road. If you have questions about the test, feel free to leave a comment and let me know so I can maybe provide more information on the test and what to expect. We are still currently looking for a car. I would highly recommend going on as many possible Facebook groups you can find, like yard sale pages, used car pages, just anything that involves used cars or sales in Okinawa, because there's always people that are trying to sell their vehicle, because obviously not everyone living here is staying here permanently. And as far as housing goes, we are really opting to live off base just so we can really get the full experience of immersing ourselves to Japanese culture. That is something that I also wanted to talk about. This is a one-time opportunity to really get to know a different culture outside of American culture, even though it can feel very uncomfortable at first, driving on the left side of the road, being around many people who speak a different language, and just completely a new setting. It can be pretty intimidating, but this is really a chance for you to grow and learn something new. And who knows, this can be an opportunity for you to learn more about yourself in the process. So getting in touch with housing was very difficult for us. You're supposed to do a housing brief once you exit ROM, and we had a really hard time simply receiving the email to do the housing brief. And because of COVID, everything is online. So that's something else that I wanted to mention was during ROM, you will do a newcomer's brief, and it's about 4 hours long, where it's just information about the island, what you need to know, things like that. That's a great opportunity to have maybe some questions that you need answered. More than likely it'll be on the newcomer's brief, but the housing brief was literally like 14 slides on basic information about housing. And the reason why you need to do the housing brief is so you can receive like a confirmation page, so you can give it to the housing office so they can process your information so you can get going on finding a home. As I mentioned before, it's really important that you advocate for yourself during these times. And if you're not receiving an answer from anybody, consult with your sponsor to see what you can do, because that is part of what they're there for, is to help you during these times. We have a really amazing sponsor, and his family has been so good to us, and I'm just really thankful that he's really been by our side through the entire process. And it's just really nice to have that type of support in this new setting for us. So now, as we're waiting to get all of our stuff processed through the housing office, we've been looking online at off-base housing, and one of the websites that's really helped me that I'll link below is Total Okinawa, and they have all of the off-base housing agencies listed there, and you can view properties and contact them on your own time. What I've been doing is just doing my own research on different housing agencies, different properties, and really just trying to see what would fit best for my family. And if you aren't already on Facebook groups, I would say that is like such a lifesaver to get a lot of information from these Facebook groups, because more than likely there are people who have already been in the same situation as you. And just reminding yourself that you're not alone in this process. It is very stressful, it's very overwhelming, it's a little bit more difficult than what I believe it should be, but you will find a home, you will find stability, and you will be taken care of. So this is where we're at in our PCS move. I just wanted to share, just a little bit of what to expect in our experience, because I know that this is a very stressful time and it can feel like you're alone in all of this. But just a reminder that we are on the beautiful island of Okinawa. There is so much to take from here, and really just try to enjoy the process. There's going to be moments where you feel like you don't have control, but just enjoying the journey, just enjoying every step of the way. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment below and maybe share what it is that you are worried about, or let me know where you are in your process of moving here to Japan. So that's it for today's video. I really appreciate it when you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like, you can click on the little bell notification so you can be notified when I post a new video. My name is Rochelle. This is Mama Mentality, and like always, I am sending love and light your way. Bye!